What is up, everybody? You're checking out the Uncensored Pro Wrestling Podcast, what the world is listening to. I'm your host, the Hot Commodity Ant C, and we are checking out our newest WrestleMania series recap. We have covered WrestleMania 1 through 7. You could check those out in the archives. And today I am covering WrestleMania 8, which took place live in Indianapolis, Indiana on April 5th, 1992. And this was a huge event, a massive crowd. And we'll go over my thoughts on this Mania if I think it was good or bad. But to start off the night, we have Reba McEntire performing the national anthem. I'm a big Reba McEntire fan, so it was cool to see her back in 1992. We have our first match, El Matador Tito Santana taking on the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels with Sensational Sherry. And this is the first singles match that we get to see of Shawn Michaels and WrestleMania. A lot of back and forth action here. Shawn Michaels gets the win after he lands on top of Matador and he gets a 3 count. I gave this match a 3 out of 10 because even though Shawn did some good moves, it really wasn't anything that was that good. So 3 out of 10 for the opening of WrestleMania 8. Next, the Legion of Doom come out with Paul Ellering, and they pretty much warned all the competition that they're in WWE. Our next match of the night, we have Jake the Snake Roberts taking on the Undertaker with Paul Bearer. This was a good match. We see Undertaker toss Jake Roberts into the ring post. We then see Undertaker nail a leaping clothesline. Jake Roberts has a DDT and a short arm clothesline. And then Jake Roberts goes after Paul Bearer on the floor. But Undertaker tombstones Jake Roberts on the concrete floor. And Undertaker gets a 3 count over Jake Roberts. I gave this match a 6 out of 10. Could have been a bit better, but all in all, it was a decent match between these two guys. Undertaker is just starting his streak, and to take on a guy like Jake the Snake Roberts, two guys who like to play mind games going at it. Next, the Intercontinental title is on the line. The Intercontinental champion Roddy Piper taking on the Hitman Bret Hart, and this is a personal match because these two guys are good friends. Piper trained in the Hart family dungeon. Piper's known Bret since he was young, so these two guys have a lot of respect for each other, but they're going to go after the title. This was a really good match, probably one of the matches of the night. We see the end come when Bret is able to roll up Roddy Piper. I gave this match an 8 out of 10. I won't go into detail exactly what happened because I want you to see it yourself. So definitely check out Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart for the Intercontinental Championship. We have Lex Luger being interviewed in Atlanta, Georgia by Bobby the Brain Heenan next. We then go to the ring, and Ray Combs, the host of Family Feud, is the guest announcer for the special next match. The Nasty Boys, Repo Man, and the Mountie with Jimmy Hart taking on the Big Boss Man, Virgil, Hacksaw Jim Duggan, and Sergeant Slaughter. In this match, Jerry Sags accidentally hits Brian Knobbs, and Virgil pins him. Not a lot of good stuff here, just some basic wrestling between these two teams. And I gave this match a 4 out of 10. Virgil, Duggan, Bossman, and Sergeant Slaughter get the win. Next, the WWE Tag Team title, the WWE Championship is on the line, and the first main event of WrestleMania 8, the WWE Champion, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, with Mr. Perfect defending against Macho Man Randy Savage. This was another good match. This was probably the other match of the night, aside from Bret versus Piper. These two men brought it. This is the first time we get to see Ric Flair compete at a WrestleMania, so he definitely wanted to give it his all. The end comes when Randy Savage rolls up Flair and holds the tights to get the victory. Randy Savage is our new WWE champion. I gave this match an 8 out of 10 because it was very good. Randy Savage was always good. I think before Shawn Michaels, Randy Savage had the best match at WrestleMania, and Ric Flair also did well. After the match, Ric Flair kisses Elizabeth. Elizabeth hits Flair. Savage attacks Flair, then holds up the WWE title. Awesome moment for Randy Savage and Miss Elizabeth there at WrestleMania 8. Next, we have the Rick the Model Martel versus the Native American Tatanka. Tatanka gets a win after a cross body. I gave that match a 4 out of 10. Decent stuff, but nothing great. Next, the WWE Tag Team Championships on the line. The Tag Team Champions Money Inc. with Jimmy Hart defending against the Natural Disasters. Typhoon splashes IRS. Jimmy Hart pulls IRS out of the ring, and Money Incorporated decide to leave the ring, and they get counted out, and the Natural Disasters get the win. I gave that match a 4 out of 10. Disasters are not champions, but they do get the victory. Next, we have Owen Hart defeating Skinner after a roll-up. Because the match was like a minute or 2 minutes, I gave it a 2 out of 10. After the match, Owen Hart drop kicks Skinner out of the ring. And we have made to our last main event of WrestleMania VIII. Sid Justice with Harvey Whippleman taking on Hulk Hogan. This was a decent match. Justice had most of Hogan in this match. Hogan tosses Harvey Whippleman into Sid. Papa Shango attacks Hulk Hogan. Sid and Papa Shango double team. And then the Ultimate Warrior returns. Warrior clotheslines Papa Shango to the floor. Sid hits Warrior with a chair. The Warrior turns and Sid leaves the ring. So this match ends in a no contest. I think they award to Hulk Hogan. But mainly this match was to see the return of the Ultimate Warrior. I gave this a 5 out of 10. Nothing great, nothing terrible. But all in all, this WrestleMania was okay. The best matches on this card was Ric Flair versus Randy Savage and Roddy Piper versus Bret Hart. All in all, it was okay. So because of that, I give WrestleMania 8 a 7 out of 10, just like WrestleMania 7. Our next WrestleMania is WrestleMania 9, taking place in Caesar's Palace. It's going to be a big toga party. Make sure you check that out. Also, check out our other WrestleManias in the archives. Until next time, stay safe and stay uncensored.